I pray for the fire to keep moving higher. You know my desire to please you, Messiah. Pray for the fire to keep moving higher. You know my desire to please you, Messiah. The night just is fire, and the glory fire. When the rest is fire, I will be on fire. The night just is fire, and the glory fire. When the rest is fire, I will
So,
be on fire.
looking at how to solve what problems are leading to quadratic equations. So I'm going to be sharing the screen away. Then we're going to look at a few questions as we do the final class for this summer, this year's summer. What problem leading to quadratic equations? So problems leading to quadratic equations. So let me bring examples. So the first question here, one. Let me get you the first question so that we get started right away. So the rectangular garden has an area of 14 meters square. Let me put the question here. Rectangular garden has an area of 14 meters square. So a rectangular garden has an area of 14 meters square and a perimeter of 18 meters. So your job is to find the dimensions of the garden, rectangular garden. I'm going to draw a figure below to help set up the problem. So let's draw a figure now. So you can put down the details as I saw. So we're talking about the rectangular garden. Then on the rectangle. And this is the other side. Trying to draw a rectangle. Keep it a little bit closer. This is not a little bit perfect, but let me try and make it perfect a little bit as a rectangle. Okay, this is rectangle enough. So the area is, and for a rectangle, you know the formula for finding your area is length times breadth or length times width. So this is the length, this is the breadth. So the question says the area length times breadth equal to 14 square, and the perimeter, which is given by twice of length plus breadth, is 18 meters. 10 meters. So here we are to find the length and the breadth. So in this scenario, we have LB. First scenario, LB gives us 14. So we can find our length there. Length is going to be 14 over breadth. Make sure you focus on this as you put down here. So this is going to stand in for length. And from 14 over breadth. 10 over breadth. And it'll be the length. And from here that we have this, so if you say 2 to divide, 2 is going to cancel here. You have length plus breadth to be 18 over 2, which is 9. So length plus breadth is 9. So here you can put in the value of your breadth into the your length, which is 14 over. So still writing length again, 14 over b plus b equal to 9. So you find breadth now. When finding breadth, you find your LCM. So the LCM there is b. B cancels b. Then you have 14. So b here 1. 1 times 14 is 14. So you write 14. And 1 in b is b. B times b is b squared. So that is plus b squared. Plus b squared. B squared. Then that gives us the 9 over 1. So you can cross multiply now and have the vagueness. So when you cross multiply, you're going to have 9b. 14 plus b squared equals to 9b. So it's 14 plus b squared equal to 9b. Then you can say b squared plus 14, b squared plus 14 equal to 9b, or you say b squared minus 9b plus 14 equal to 0. So this is giving us quadratic equation. Okay, I need to put the type of equation it is. Said leading to quadratic equation. Quadratic equation. That is what problem leading to quadratic equation there. And let's see. Isaiah, mute yourself. The noise is entering into the video. Isaiah, mute yourself straight away. Okay, don't worry. You've been muted already, so don't worry. Now, so what we're looking at again is what problem leading to quadratic equations, and we have some questions. We have a question here which reads: a rectangular garden has an area of 14 meters square and a perimeter of 18 meters. So your job is to find the dimension of the rectangular garden, and it says the figure below can show how to set up the problem. So the figure is a rectangle, length times breadth, and using length times breadth, the length times breadth, which is the area, is 14 meters square from the question, and that means LB is 14, and your perimeter is twice of length plus breadth, so equals to 18 from the question. When you divide that by 2, you eliminate these 2, you have length plus breadth equals to 9, which is 18 over 2 is 9. So here you find your length from the first expression or first equation here, divide both sides by breadth. So breadth cancel breadth, you have 14 over breadth to the length, and you put in the value of length into this second equation, which is 14 over breadth plus breadth again equals to 9. So finding your breadth becomes this quadratic equation. So we're going to try to solve this quadratic equation now. The job is to look for two numbers you multiply to give you 7, and you're going to have to do is give you -9, and that is -2 and -7. So -2 plus -7 gives us -9. -2 times -7 gives us +14, as we have there. So we're going to continue from that place now. So with what I have here, I'm going to use -2 and -7 to replace -9b. So this is going to be b squared minus 2b minus 7b, replacing the 9b. So that's going to be plus 14 equal to 0. So we have what is common to this. We have b into b minus 2. And what is common to this? We have -7 into b minus 2. b minus 2 equals 0. So what is common to the two sides? We have b minus 2 into b minus 7. So b minus 2 is b minus 7 equals 0. So here we can say b equal to 2 or b equal to 7. So if b is 2, I think Eniola is trying to join back now. See, it's in there. So, okay. So here now, what we have is 2 and 7. That is the number. So either the breadth is 2, the length is 7, or the breadth is 7, the length is 2. But the shorter one should be for the breadth. So breadth, that means we have 7 and 2 because it's 7 times 2. That's going to give us 14 for the area, and 7 plus 2 times 2 give us the perimeter. So that means our length is 7 meters and our breadth was 2 meters. So that's how to go about that question. Okay, we will look at one more question, then we call it a day for this class. If you are there, you mute yourself. Okay, don't worry. I'm going to do that for you. So, because of the noise there, both of you have been muted. So I'm going to clear the screen now, and we're going to look at one other question. Let's see the second question about sum of two numbers. Okay, so let me clear the screen as we solve this question. So second question, number 2. This is number 2. It said the sum of two numbers is 12 and their product is 35. What are the two numbers? Solve this. You don't know your two numbers. You can represent them with P and Q or A and B or anything. So let the numbers be. Let the numbers P and Q. So P plus Q, according to the question, equal to 12, and P times Q, according to the question, equals to 35. So again, we can find our P from here. P equals to 65 over Q. So you're going to use the value of P now. I'm going to put the value of P into the first equation to find your Q. So that means, what is P now? 35 over Q. So you use to replace P in this question. So 35 over Q, which is P, plus the second is Q, was 12. So here, you find yours here. The same is Q. So yours here is Q there. Q in Q is 1. 1 times 35 gives us 35. And 1 in Q is Q. Q times Q is Q squared. So it's Q squared equal to 12. So that means what we have there, you cross multiply 1 times 35. So 35 plus Q squared equals to 12Q. So when you rearrange this, you're going to have Q squared minus 12Q, bring the 12Q inside, plus 35 is going to be equal to 0. And again, this is a quadratic equation. So it's now your job to look for two numbers to multiply to give you 35 and to add to give you negative 12. And obviously, that should be negative 7 and negative 5 gives us 12 when we add them. And negative 7 and negative 5 gives us 35 when we add them too. So definitely, you say Q squared minus 7x, that's Q, not x, minus 7Q minus 5Q, which is our 12Q here, plus 35 equal to 0. So here we can say Q is common into Q minus 7, then here minus 5 is common into Q minus 7 as well, equals 0. Then I can say Q minus 7 is common to the sides now into Q minus 5. So here we can say that the numbers are obviously 7 and 5. So Q photo 7 or 5. So the numbers we're looking for 7 and 5. The two numbers are 7 and 5. So I believe that should be clear enough to you. Unless you have any question, mute yourself and ask, oh, how do you get this, where do you get that? I'm waiting for you just a few seconds to do that. So if you have any question, you'll mute yourself and ask. Otherwise, it's going to assume that you get the old logic there. And that is where we're going to be calling it a day for today. Even if you miss the first solution, I'm going to get you the video later by those doors. So do have a nice time for today and prepare ahead of your resumption for the new school year.